Hey, what's up guys? Dale here with just a quick video. Thought I'd do a little thing here. Got a package in recently. I've been anticipating for several months. It's for a charity drive. People in the video game YouTube world are probably familiar with the YouTube content creator Scott the Woz, and he recently did a charity thing several months ago where called the Return of the Mysterious Game of Crypticism, where you do a charity drive donation on the website. All went to a great cause. I'm sure you can look it up, find out all the details. It was already expired several months ago. So you pretty much get a random Genesis or Super Nintendo game, along with some various Scott the Woz fan memorabilia here. So we could open up. You can see right here the game. And Scott did, you can find out more details from Scott on his YouTube channel and how they intentionally created this artificial box art here. So it's pretty much a mystery game. You open it up, it's a mystery game. They intentionally put a mystery label sticker on it. And Scott said on his channel too, for the Super Nintendo or Genesis games, there's a lot, he admitted they went to a lot of local retro game shops and they bought a lot of real cheap easy, common Super Nintendo and Genesis games. Naturally, there's going to be a lot of older sports games or just real common 2D side scrollers that don't go for a lot of money. But and so I thought we'd just do a little video here so you can find out the mystery of me powering it on and seeing what game it is. Just real quick here too, for people who want to know, Scott really made sure to treat everyone well, because this was like, I believe, a $100 charity donation. But besides the game, which could be anywhere from like a common game, Scott did say he did went out of his way to get a decent number of valuable or high dollar Genesis and Super Nintendo games, just as a complete odd random chance that you may get a valuable or legit hard to find Genesis or Super Nintendo game. But the odds of that are really hard. It's like hitting a high value payout on the lottery or slot machines. So most likely it's going to be a real cheap game. But just real quick in here, Scott included a Scott the Woz and Company, Pixel Empire, the main company that put this together, soundtrack CD, a lot of these trading cards that have access to exclusive videos or timed exclusive videos that'll be made available to the public over the coming months, posters, stickers, signed memorabilia, and this huge like comic, which is like pretty much like a comic version of an episode, like real flip it open. Yeah, just not just a quick little 10-15 page comic. It's like almost like a 100-page comic there with all the backstory from all your favorite Scott the Woz characters. But the main purpose of this video is, so let's first, before we power on the game, guess what kind of game it is. So I was kind of looking at this before we started here, and the fun thing with Genesis games is it's kind of hard to make out here. You can kind of tell where he peeled over the outside the label. He put this custom label over. You can see this little black grid mark underneath here, and Scott did say that this, if you want, you could peel off this sticker and then use that special kind of adhesive to where if you peel off the sticker, as long as you peel it off, gently, not a quick rip, it won't damage the label underneath if you are so inclined. We shall see how it pays off here, but you can tell here, as I was referencing, this little black checkered, this little black grid type underneath on the very bottom along the edge here. And I'm just going to compare it to a couple other Genesis games. They changed the box labeling on some Genesis games over the years. So later life Genesis games, kind of like around late 93, early 94, adopted like this red and dark red checkered along the edges. Most Sega and mostly third-party games adopted this, except for Electronic Arts. They had their own fancy boxes and labels, and anyone who had Electronic Arts or EA Sports games on the Genesis, they always had these custom yellow tab cartridges. I remember me and friends way back in the 90s, we always thought, oh, this is because they allowed even more memory-saving features, or bigger batteries for bigger and better graphics. We were so naive back then, but no, it's just EA. This is just the way they produced their cartridges back in the day. For the Genesis, because they had their own special manufacturing deal with Sega. But yeah, as you can see, these later life Genesis games from like late 93 to the end all kind of had this, with the exception of EA, had this red and white checkered on the side. Early life Genesis games from when the Genesis came out, at least all the games made by Sega anyways, published by Sega from '89 until I want to say shortly after the original Sonic the Hedgehog, or maybe a little ways into 1992, had this green and white, black and white checkered around the edges here. So this is like, I believe, a first year, or no, second, the 1991, 92 Genesis game here. Yeah, there we go, 1992. So yeah, first 3 years the Genesis kind of had this black and white checkered border, and as we have seen on this mysterious game of crypticism on the edge, it's a black and white checkered. So I'm going to guess early first year, maybe first 2 year Genesis game. I really hope it's not Sonic the Hedgehog. I have Sonic the Hedgehog on so many compilations over the years, but I would not mind if it was like a old school Genesis sports game. I only have a couple of those. I think that Evander Holyfield Real Deal Boxing is one of the few, but if it was like an early Joe Montana football, or like was it Tommy Lasorda baseball, it's like Arnold Palmer golf. I wouldn't mind if it was like one of those old school early cash cow licensing Genesis sports games, or like even some other early Sega published first party game, like I guess, I don't have Altered Beast, or like a Rambo 3 or something like that, or even, yeah. So alright, we have speculated enough here. Let's see what game this is. I'm gonna get my Mega SG hooked up here, and we'll power it up here in just a sec.
Alright, we are back. I had to retry this several times. First several attempts at getting this game to work did not result in a boot. You see a boot up there. As you can see, we got the mysterious Game of Crypticism powered on into the Mega SG. I'd click run cartridge and it would just be a black screen. I did our old school growing up recommended ways of blowing in the cartridge to get the video game to work, but this mysterious Sega Genesis game did not work, so I actually busted out the old legitimate recommended way of cleaning out your video games. Good old-fashioned Q-tips and isopropyl alcohol. A couple nasty, horrific, just cruddy Q-tips later, I believe we got ourselves a clean cartridge. So hopefully this, fourth or fifth time will be a charm. So we're going to kill this lamp for the sake of good lighting, and pardon my amateur video skills. I do got a little bit of a tripod hooked up for this, but I'm just doing this, filming this with my phone just so you guys can see I have the mysterious Game of Crypticism powered in there. I did not unpeel the label beforehand or anything. So I'm hoping for, as I alluded to in the preview there, first 1 or 2 year Genesis sports game, or even a platformer like a Rambo 3, or maybe even an Altered Beast. Not a Sonic. I don't want Sonic. I got Sonic on way too many compilations, and they don't reissue those sports games nowadays because of sports licenses and not being able to carry players on anything, so they're kind of just stuck on the Genesis. So let's hope it works. Here we go. Oi, there's the Sega. We actually got a boot up this time. What do we have? Holy crap! Yes! This is what I was hoping for. And these older Sega football games, they actually gave the Electronic Arts football games, the early Madden games, a run for their money. These early first handful of Joe Montana football games before they dropped Joe Montana branding and just became NFL 95, NFL 98. Or even that 1 year, it was Deion Sanders primetime football. But yeah, we'll just play a quick set of downs. It's been forever since I played a Joe Montana game, and these ones were experimented. You saw Sports Stock, they introduced this kind of robotic programmed commentary, very, very primitive for its time, but it was more than other games at the time that we were just doing like first down, touchdown, and Niners. They were my teams. Let's go against, let's see here, computer. All right. Computer, who do we have?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's my smart speaker. Yes, that's right, I got set. That's the wake word I have, I forgot. Game type, league. Oh wait, no. Of course, I'm getting all my Genesis buttons mixed up here for A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Alright. Let's go back. Come on. Alright. Let's start a game, do a set of downs. Alright, New Orleans, let's go. Let's start her up. Let's see what this is like. Alright. San Francisco on the bottom, let's do a running play.
New Orleans lines up for the kickoff.
right. Good old-fashioned kickoff. That's right. Before they switched to vertical play screen, they had horizontal like Tecmo Bowl style. So here we go. All right, let's do a running play. We'll just do maybe 1 or 2 series here, just see what we got going. Make sure this game runs all right. So yeah, and this was before they had the NFL or player's license. Yeah, that live play-by-play. This was revolutionary for, I want to say this was 1990, maybe 1991. All right, let's try. Yeah, before around 1990 we had I remember NAS play action football I played a ton of, or Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl. You just had first down, touchdown. Oh, gosh, yeah. There's an arrow to go over the passing receiver. Let's remember you have 10-yard fighter, NFL blitz for how they pass. Let's try passing one more time. Let's see if we can get a passing play right. All right. All right, wait for the arrow. No, C dives. All right, come on. Trying to remember how to pass here. Learning the game on the fly. Let's try. Come on. We're gonna go for a pass. This is bringing me memories. Remember the one Bart Simpson got that golf game on The Simpsons and the completely robotic commentary for how to putt and all that? All right, wait for the arrow. I'm guessing it's A. Yep, there we go. We got it off. And he got decked. We figured out how to pass. It's the A button. Turned over the ball. Oh my God. Yes. Well. Yes. All right. Scott the Woz. Your mysterious game of crypticism, all for the name of charity. Thank you for Joe Montana, Sports Talk Football 2. Alright. I won't make anyone watch more than a few plays of this. I know not everyone's a big fan of sports games, so we'll wrap it up with that. I'm excited. I'm happy with the random game I got out of the grab bag there. Alright. You all have a great rest of your day.